Hi, everybody. Welcome to Psych 2111, Statistics in Psychology. My name is Dr. Ryan Curtis, and I'll be your teacher. Let me introduce myself a little bit, and then we'll get into some basics of the class. So, I am from Nebraska. I did my undergraduate work at Brigham Young University, and then I went to the University of Maryland for my master's and my PhD in social psychology. My dissertation is about relationships, and what I did is it was about rejection in relationships, and so I made people feel rejected and then see what happened to them. Anyway, so my background, I really enjoy social psychology and psychology of relationships, etc. That's my main background. In fact, I was with my parents the other day, and I found an aptitude test for right after I got out of, right as I was beginning college. And specifically, it said not to be a statistician. So you should know that I'm coming from this course not as a statistician, but as a psychologist, as someone who just cares about the ideas. Stats is a huge and important tool. So you can understand statistics even if you are not meant to be a statistician. This is my family, my wife Katie and my 4 kids. This is us in Washington D.C. because we lived in Maryland right after I got my PhD at Maryland. I stayed there for about 10 years teaching. So we lived in the Washington D.C. area for a long time, and then we moved to Colorado in beginning of 2019, in January 2019. My wife is from Colorado, so we came to be closer to family, and we've been here ever since. So I want to make sure that you understand the syllabus, so make sure that you've looked through the syllabus as you need to. I know we talked about this in our meeting, but then make sure that you're clear about what's going on in the syllabus. I want to talk about something a little bit more basic than that. Statistics is power. Now, you guys, I know you. You are a psychology major, and you're like, oh, I'm a psychology major because I don't want to be a math person. No, no. What we are giving you right now is power. Statistics is powerful, powerful stuff. Before I try and convince you about that, I want you to answer this question. Let me know, are you scared of this class? And now tell me why you're scared of this class. A lot of you are really afraid of this class because you're afraid of math in general. I'm not a math person, for example, or oh, it's really hard for me to understand these sciencey and math concepts. Well, I have something to tell you about that might help you. But before we get into the basics of it, I want to make sure that you understand why you're taking this class. Number one, statistics is an important and integral part of psychology. Statistics is how we do our science in psychology. And more importantly, statistics is money. Now, when I say money, what I'm saying is, I think you know what I'm talking about here. Do you have a relative, maybe an uncle or a parent or a brother or a sister or somebody who's like, oh, are you still a psychology major? Why don't you go and do something that'll actually let you earn some money? Yeah. Anyway, you probably will encounter somebody who says something like that. Statistics is the marketable skill that you will learn in your major. No matter what you decide to do after you get your degree, statistics is a skill that employers want. Whether or not you go to grad school or whatever else, you should put this on your resume. The stuff that we do in this class is stuff that you should put on your resume because it is hugely important and people really want it. We are literally offering you in this class something that will earn you more money than if you would not have taken this class. Let's talk a little bit more about this idea of can I do stats and oh, I'm not a math person. So what we're going to do is talk about mindset. And I want you to answer this question. Are you smart? So, depending on how you answer, I know this is not a fair question, but are you smart? And here's why I ask this question. Carol Dweck, let me go back. Carol Dweck is a very famous psychologist, and she is the one who has really come up with and pioneered this idea of mindset. Now, a mindset can be either fixed or growth. So, for example, when I ask you, are you smart? I'm trying to have you make a judgment about your intelligence. And your intelligence, the way you think about your intelligence is either fixed or it's growth. So, for example, some people are like, oh, I'm a genius. I've been a genius. I always will be a genius. I'm just always going to be a genius. That's a fixed mindset. Conversely, somebody who says, "Oh, I'm not very smart, and I've never been very smart, and I'm never ever going to be very smart." That is also a fixed mindset. What it's saying is that concept, intelligence, is fixed, right? It's not going to change. It's been that way, and it will be that way forever. That is a fixed mindset. However, some people have a growth mindset. And the growth mindset says, hey, maybe I don't know very much about this topic now, but I believe that I can grow. And it's not just about this specific topic. It is, hey, maybe I don't feel intelligent right now, but I feel like I can grow in my intelligence. I feel like I can develop and understand and grow and be more intelligent than I am right now. I have a growth mindset. The concept of intelligence is not fixed. It can grow, it can expand, and it can really blossom. Now, of course, what we're talking about now has to do with statistics. Are you fixed or growth in regard to statistics? And what we know from Carol Dweck's research and other people is that people who have a growth mindset perform better. So let me show you one. In they took a bunch of seventh graders. So Blackwell, Krasniewski, and Dweck in 2007, they took a bunch of seventh graders, and they randomly assigned half of them to either have a growth mindset or a fixed mindset. But what does that mean? Well, they went through a course to teach them about growth mindset. And then they had them take a math test at the end. And here's what they found out. Students who were trained and let themselves have a growth mindset about math actually performed better. They actually were able to do math better than the other seventh graders who had a fixed mindset. How do we know that they did better? How do we know that growth was the better option? That right there, do you see that? That's statistics. Oh, you should see that and feel excited. But that is how they know. And that is the knowledge that I want to be able to give you this time around. I want you to think of this as a growth mindset. Maybe you don't understand statistics very well right now, but we can grow in this. You can understand and develop your knowledge of this. And the reason why you do it is going to be important because you can study any topic that you are interested in using these statistics, using the tests that we are about to teach you. You can understand whether or not one group is better than another, whether the growth seventh graders are better than the fixed mindset set of seventh graders. And you can actually have more tangible evidence for understanding psychological phenomena and the stuff that you actually care about. So I want you to tell me, what can you do well? Whatever you can do well, you did not start out doing well. You had to learn. You had to do it iteratively. You had to take each step. Now, maybe you were very motivated to do it, to do well at the very beginning, and good for you. And perhaps you have some traits that help you perform better at these, than other people, and that's great. But what really happened is you worked and you wanted to work. And because you were willing to work and wanted to grow in this particular skill, you were able to have success. That is the growth that we are going to develop in statistics. We're going to take what we know, we're going to grow it. Why? Because it's power. This is money. This is stuff that is useful and lucrative, and we're not going to be at all embarrassed about being excited about statistics. And so, in order to help us develop this, here's the first thing we're going to talk about: extra credit. We're talking about extra credit before we even get into the other things that actually count for credit. Here's the extra credit. You are going to show me your talents. You are going to get extra credit if you upload a video of you performing any talent that you have, something that you can do well. Maybe it's one of these, right? Maybe it's this talent that you're talking about. You're gonna show a video of this, less than 5 minutes, and you're gonna upload it into Canvas. The way you're gonna do that is you're gonna go under the media gallery under our Canvas page, and you'll upload a video of you for less than 5 minutes performing your talent. And at the end of that, you're going to say, if I can do blank, I can do statistics. So I am inviting you right now to go and make a video that says, if I can do blank, I can do statistics. And to make sure that you know what I'm talking about, here is what you can do well. And if you can do that, you can do statistics.